You talked about an integral part of consultation in a model with people rather than referring, and I really like all of that. And what I was struck by it was we talked very early about some of our formative experiences and what were the councils on alcohol and all those kind of organisations. And of course, I was suddenly reminded that they actually all came out of one original community alcohol team in the Maudsley, through that book by Shaw and Cartwright, that yellow book, Responding to Drinking Problems. And one of the things I think we've forgotten over those 50 years, and you obviously haven't forgotten it, but people, collectively, the system's forgotten it, is that we started off specialist drug and alcohol services as being consultant services, not services to work with the individuals, but a bunch of skilled professionals who enabled the whole of the rest of the system to do better, and its principle was, well, if people with drug and alcohol problems coming through this door, this is the door where they want to receive the help, not another door 3 doors down. But if the door's not feeling comfortable, we need to support the door. Yes, and I was really struck by that you've held on to that notion. And whereas I think one of the critiques we've got, particularly of a range, I think, of statutory services, and you talked about that, they're almost using crisis or criteria. They've actually become these high intense referral units and have stopped giving that expertise back out to everyone else. Really struck by that what you'd said, really. Yes.
Definitely. And, it wasn't acceptable in the end, was it, for you just to be supporting other professionals to integrate alcohol and drugs into their thinking and their skill set and everything. So they had to move on to provide a service. Then they became specialists who everyone's thinking around drug and alcohol was, there is an issue, we'll refer to them.
Yeah.
And, so we lost all that potential growth in that consultation. No service that we developed ever excluded the possibility of consultation and then more intensely an invitation to training. So we would train people so that they could continue to have those better conversations and really engage with people without fear. Because the more specialist your issues are, the more fear exists for the professional, and then they're not going to be able to engage. And they resort to aligning themselves with some stereotypes about how people might function. So it is really important every time we grow anything to see ourselves seeing the other professional as a potential person who might feel better after our conversation, less fearful, more open and considerate. And so we sort of treat them as the citizen who is our main focus in that moment.